Howdy, cool cats. Figured I would play a little bit of video games on a Sunday afternoon. Hopefully you guys are having a nice, lazy, relaxing Sunday. And if it's not the case for you and you have to go to work, you got shit to deal with, whatever that happens to be, I'm sorry, but I do hope that it goes well, you know, as well as it can. Of course, if you're interested, in the chat window, I have posted the live vote for the Speaker of the House. I cannot remember. I know Nancy. I can never remember the guy's name. I don't know why. Like, it's a very common name too, especially in politics. Now, this is not. I do want to say this first and foremost. This is not a political channel or anything like that. Yeah, it's fucking McCarthy. I'm an idiot. This is not a political channel. It's not what this is. But I'm an American, and the reality of the situation is there are other people, a lot of the people who watch this channel are American, and it's not a bad idea to be a part of the process. Or to at least understand what's happening if you have decided to omit yourself from either the voting process or, keeping up with politics at all. Which, if that's what you've decided to do, you know, that's your own prerogative. But if you guys want to check that out, it's going a little strange. As it looks right now, it's very close. At first, it looked like Pelosi was going to lose in a pretty aggressive landslide. And the amount of Democrats that are either absent or omitting themselves from the vote is kind of unusual. But things have been, interesting lately anyways. So if you want to go check that out, go check that out. If you want to watch me be moderately okay at Painkiller, watch me be moderately okay at Painkiller. For some reason, I have the hills are alive with the sound of music stuck in my head, and I don't know what to do about it. I also don't know which pitch it's like in my head in two different keys. Because I have like, the hills are alive with the sound of music. But then I've got like the higher area. Also, where's our fucking save here? I thought we were on 5. Could have sworn. I wish it would. Oh, I totally can do that. Tits. I can organize it by level. That's real neat. And then it'll organize by playtime. That makes looking for these things a lot easier. I do note, let's see how many saves you get. Yeah, you don't get a ton of saves. And of course, on a computer with 12 terabytes of storage, not a big deal. But when you're talking about some of the older machines this might have been on, that's not the case. Keep it down. I don't really place stock in dreams, but I had a really weird dream last night. And a friend of mine said she also had a really strange dream. I thought we beat this level. Am I fucked up here? I thought we beat this level though. Hold up. Yeah, we totally did. Love that shit. But this is that friend who, for some reason, just doesn't understand my approach to conversation. Because she said she had a nightmare, and I was like, "Oh, what was it about?" Right? And she was like, "I don't remember." I was like, "Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry that it woke you up. I also had a really weird dream last night." She's like, "Oh, what was it about?" And I told her, and her response, like, I wrote the whole thing. I'm a writer. I enjoy writing. It's something that I would like to do in a professional sense. Her response was, "Oh, that's really strange." Like, yeah, dude, I know. It is really strange. I don't put any stock in dreams, but she does, and it makes me laugh that was like her best response. Was, "Oh yeah, that's real weird." Like, no, I know it was. I was there. Oh, I thought that was a live one. Trying to minimize those. Oh, well, alright. What are you guys? You're yucky. Big fucking yucky noggins. Oh! Yeah. Of course. Oh, are they throwing their fucking hands at me? And can you not? Okay. The hubris of thinking that these guys don't have ranged attacks. There's a lot of enemies in this game that, like, either most of the time that you see them, they don't have ranged attacks, or they just never show them, and then they do for once. So like, hey, check this out. Watch what I can do. Watch how hard I can pee. And then they fucking do it. Oh, it bounced back. Bring it back now, y'all. I can't tell what they're throwing at me. Or why their hitboxes are so weird. Pain specifically seems to have to hit, like, a very specific location. Because, like, that didn't count as a hit. But that did. Okay. That's a hit. That's a hit. That's so bizarre. Nice. You love to see it. Oh, hey, Flash. Dude. What is up, my main man, Kyle? Dude, Painkiller is fucking... It is absolutely satisfactory. They don't make them like this anymore, man. Like, it's not the most amazing game I've ever played, don't get it twisted. I actually really enjoyed Control. But this is perfectly adequate. That's the thing. Like, nowadays games are either really good, or by and large, they just kind of fucking suck. But games, I feel like there used to be way more games that were just like, this is a good game. It's not the best game I've ever played, but it's good. What was that one? Oh, Medieval, where you play, and I think they remade it recently. I've been meaning to get it. Where you play as like that weird skelly boy, but like he doesn't have a jaw. I'm about to get fucking murked. I didn't realize these guys are up there. Get fucked. I'm trying to try out for phase now. As you can see, it's going really well. Admit it. Okay. See, I'm phase material. Look at me go. The hit. I will say that like this game does show its age as far as hitboxes go. Phase vibe. Gross. What a fucking. If that ever happened, fuck no, dude. Gross. This game definitely shows it's like. So like I can shoot through that for some reason, but there was a level where there were like railings in front of the dudes, and those railings saved most of their lives, like on a regular basis. But see, okay, and this is a thing that I find that doesn't really happen anymore. Now that we're approaching these like levels of uncanny valley like similarities of HD graphics to real life, I find much more frequently that I'm not as immersed in worlds as I was with older games. Like this game is genuinely like, there's been a few levels I'm like, this is fucking yucky and scary and super cool. Forgot to lock my mouse wheel like a dumbass. Jesus. I gotta warm up a little bit. Yeah, the sound, I talked about that pretty much every stream, that the soundtrack is like, it's not Mick Gordon. Mick Gordon, I would gargle his salty nuts just for another Doom soundtrack. But it's like, like it's perfect video game music. It doesn't detract from the experience, fuck these guys in particular. But it does, like, it bumps. It's really nice. But now I've found that games like this, like, okay, the polygon count is a little bit lower than your modern, you know, AAA title, but I'm way more immersed in the world. The game that I always liken that to, okay, please die, thank you. Like, especially, admittedly, even the original Dooms were really good, but then what Mick Gordon did with the Doom soundtrack was beautiful. He did a really good job. But like Mech Warriors 4 Mercenaries is one of, like, that is a game I put on a pedestal for not really having a lot of like colors or polygons or anything like that, but doing a lot with it. Oh yeah. I wanted to catch that with my face, because I really didn't want to run around with 3 health for the rest of this level. It's not the hardest game of its type that I've played, but it also is very unforgiving. You have a damn near set quantity of health per level. Which Doom is definitely not that way. Oh, fuck, brother. Oh, fuck, brother. Also, unlike Doom, first-person Revolutionary War? Oh, fuck, I don't know, dude. I didn't know that was a game. I have kind of been out of the first-person shooter scene lately, man. I will say that one of the things that amplifies difficulty in this game is that the projectiles are not like any wacky colors or anything. Like, they usually blend in with the background pretty bad. So tracking like projectiles that are coming to fuck your butt is definitely more of a chore. Not a bad thing. There we go. But God, this is so fucking immersive and satisfying. At least for me personally. And other people feel that way, that's fine, but it kind of reminds me of like the Doom and the Quake games. But Mercenaries 4, the reason I hold it on such a pedestal is because that game had so little that it was working with and managed to make me feel so immersed. Like, and I think part of it is because of the lack of like HD graphics and all these fucking polygons and yada 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 and textures and 4K and all that shit. It was fun to play, and there wasn't a lot going on with the level design, so I kind of had to create my own immersion in my mind. One thing I distinctly remember from that game is how the snow sounded when it crunched under your mech's feet. Like for me, that was like, I don't know, I remember as a kid, because of course I was a lot younger than I am now when I was playing that game, but I remember like walking around outside and kind of like realizing that sound, I could emulate that sound, and it was just part of like that childhood imagination. I don't know. Sometimes less is more. If you have more and you do something with it, okay, what the fuck is this? That's a new one. Weird. Sometimes less is more. Like, I would rather you do more with less than do less with more. Because the times where people are like, oh man, I just learned how to use Unity and I'm gonna put all these crazy textures and fucking models and shit in this game and then have them basically be static and do nothing. Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna let myself die. There we go. Man, my nose fucking itches. But yeah, games that kind of like, I don't know. You just dropped into Unity, and Unity actually can do some really fucking neat things. I don't shit on Unity because of Unity. I shit on Unity a lot because of what people do with Unity. It's because you have all these fucking textures and models and stuff that you know, either appropriated from Unity or you made yourself, you know, which good for you if that's the case. I think that is rarer, more rare. But just because you have a bunch of this shit doesn't really mean anything, dude, if you don't do anything with it. The Beast Inside is a great example of like having a lot of shit and doing fuck all with it. Like the Beast Inside had, at least in my opinion, a fair amount of potential, but the amount of things that were either underutilized or overutilized to the point of becoming a gimmick, or really were just, you know, kind of nonsense set pieces, I don't know, it really removes my immersion. I'm very immersed in this game. I feel like fucking Billy Badass going to slay demons. I feel in this game the same as I do in Doom Infinite, or excuse me, Doom Eternal, which, I mean, Flash, I don't know if you remember when this game came out. I feel like it was like late 90s, early 2000s, but there's like 20 years of separation there, and this game still holds up like a game made in 2020 or 2019, just on merit of like the skill of the people developing it. Get fucked. Also, this is my favorite gun in this game. I like Pain for how inventive it is, but this thing, anytime you give me yeah, I thought it was like 20 years old. Billy Badass. Anytime you give me penetration physics, like, oh fuck, what was it? I can't remember if it was in Dead Space 1. I know it was in Dead Space 2. The fucking like javelin launcher thing that would just impale shit. I love sticking shit to walls. I don't know why. It really satisfies my fucking lizard brain. Where's the rest of the dicks? Yeah, that's also true. Like, there are some things that it does show its age, but I would say they're few and far between, and none of them are so annoying to be, like, game-breaking. It doesn't do a lot of things, and it does the things that it does very well. I can move in, like, 9 directions. That's pretty neat. I can look around. I have a reticule that's purple, because fuck you. And that's neat. I was actually surprised by the level of customization for this game. Oh, fuck. What are you? What are you supposed to bear? I don't know if I've ever had gold levels of armor before, but... Okay. Hold fast. I don't know if I've heard of that. Maybe I've, like, seen it once upon a time in a fever dream? Fucking A. Oh, they're pulling out their uteruses. That's fucking wicked. What the fuck was that? I think I'm gonna let myself die. You and your weird uterus. Okay. I'm down. I wanna watch it. I wanna watch it now. I have seen this. His name is Music Cunt. Dude, I'll play this shit with you. You know what I would really like to play with you and stream sometime is Civ 6. Oh, dude, I could be a living, walking shitpost in this game. I know, right? That's the thing, is like, if you want to play some Civ 6, like, you're gonna spend some fucking time playing Civ 6. I'd like to do it though. Like, I mean, probably not today. I imagine you haven't blocked out your day. But if you wanted to, I can't do it next weekend because it's a drill weekend, I think. Do it next weekend or the weekend after. I mean, if you want to play some Civ 6 today, man, I want to get some more progress in Painkiller done. This game also... Mama's away. Let the boys play. I want to play a little bit of Painkiller. At least get through a little bit of it. But if you... I know you're a couple hours ahead of me. If you want to play some Civ 6, we'll play some fucking Civ 6, bud. I'm a fan. Dude... Well, what are you feeling? My vote is like Civ 6, because I would say that I have not, I've not practiced my FPS skills enough lately to be doing like Overwatch. Like, I could probably play, but it won't look very good. Oh man, there's just several cunts around here. Oh, spawning in on me. Not fucking cash money of you, brother. Why is he fucking immune to like everything? What is this shit? Are you looking for like games to play together or just new games in general? Why do you take so much damage? What the fuck? What is this? What is the meaning of this? Can I freeze you? Oh, I can. That looks like the fucking ticket there, man. Alright, bye-bye, cunt. Well, you know what time it is. Oh, baby. I was doing too much crabbing back and forth. Shotgun. Oh, okay. Games. So you need a new game. Presumably not Overwatch. I mean, we could play zombies. I've been meaning to get Cold War. I still just don't feel like paying the $40. That's the cheapest I've seen it on sale. I don't necessarily feel like spending $40 for a game for like zombies. I think we have Overwatch. I really don't want to play Modern Warfare. Yeah, it's okay. So it's $30. I don't know. I could play some. You know, for $30, I could play some zombies. I've been day trading crypto lately, and I just made a lot of fucking money today, specifically, because I cashed out. Admittedly, that money's not in my bank account, and as soon as the markets open tomorrow, it's going right back into the markets. But, oh, the flying cunts. That's also not technically a new game. Oh, dude, you have also been day trading crypto? Oh, I'm done. I think I'm done. I got, you know, I got my fix of that, and I think I'm done with that. But you want to tell me for real? Okay. Do you mean like on disc? Okay, I'm down with that. Yeah, you know what? Okay. Oh, fuck. Hold on. The one fatal flaw. Yeah, sure, dude. Let me. Discord's not even open. The one fatal flaw of this game is that my mouse is not locked to the game, so it will just move shit over here. I'll hop in the disc with you, big dog. You gonna go to the Vigijames? Hopefully I don't echo too bad for you. There's a lot of dicks in this area. Too many dicks, if you ask me. Fuck. Oh, okay, there's two of them. Fucking A, man. Why am I shooting just a little bit left?
Hey, what's up, dude?
Hey, what's up, big dog?
I'm gonna mute your stream so you're not double.
I appreciate it.
Alright, dude, first off, digging this gameplay right now. This is awesome.
Dude, thanks. I know not a lot of people are like looking for Painkiller. It's a 20-year-old game, but
I know people speedrun this game. It's one of the big ones in the speedrun category.
that's actually what I was thinking when I first started it. I was like, man, I could definitely do some fucking speedrunning.
Yeah. Listen, I remember playing like the demo of this back in like 1999.
Oh, back when you could get like a third of a game for free because game developers were starving artists still?
Exactly.
Oh.
It was on the same disc, I believe, as one of the Medal of Honor games.
No shit. Medal of Honor is like definitely a lot older than I think people realize.
Yeah, Medal of Honor is supposed to be releasing a new title this upcoming year that is supposed to just drop Call of Duty and Battlefield off them.
No shit.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind that at all.
Massive comeback.
I've always been a Medal of Honor fan. I didn't really like Medal of Honor Warfighter, but even like Airborne was shitty, but it was still fun to play.
Medal of Honor Iwo Jima was like the game.
Oh yeah, there's another one. I don't really remember all the titles because I was young enough back then that it was one of those like, hey dude, just kind of like sit here and play this game on your uncle's computer or whatever.
Right.
That's how Quake 3 was until I played Quake 3 again and was like, holy shit, I know this game.
Yeah, I know. Oh, Call of Duty's 33% off.
Okay. On Steam?
I don't know, man. Like, on Activision, or on Blizzard.
Oh, okay.
So it's $40. I don't know. I'd chip in to get it for you if you wanted to.
I can get it, because I don't know, I was talking about it with another friend of mine who only plays Modern Warfare. It's the only game he will play with me, and I just don't play it anymore. So I was talking about getting zombies to play with him. I'll get it, because you're not the only one I'll play it with.
Yeah, you can play Warzone with people on Modern Warfare.
Oh, worry not. I have no interest in doing that.
Warzone's trash.
Dude,
Don't play multiplayer. Just don't.
I've heard it's gotten a lot worse since the Warzones got combined.
Oh, dude.
Like, you can have shotguns as secondaries now?
I do not play Warzone, but I have a good friend that does play exclusively Warzone, and he was saying that the DMRs from Black Ops Cold War
Yeah.
essentially like run the game.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
If you use anything else, you're gonna get beat.
Yeah, I mean, I can believe that, especially like, so the balancing I've seen for DMRs in Cold War are not the way that marksman rifles were balanced. Like, marksman rifles in Modern Warfare, you know, if you didn't hit that first shot, like, shoulders up, you're probably gonna get fucked on.
Exactly. Like, it's like a 2-hit kill. They're better than snipers.
No fucking way, Jesus.
Yeah, it's like better than like the Pellington. And like even in like multiplayer, like almost nothing. Like you get a real sweaty dude with like an AK-74U, he'll probably beat you.
Okay.
Just because of mobility.
Yeah.
But like, you just sit behind a wall, and just like use a head glitch.
Yeah.
And you'll probably like you probably won't die.
Well, I've talked about it a few times on stream, how fucking absolutely sick and tired I am of like skill-based matchmaking just dominating. Like, oh, we just beat that level too. So, and I think I was talking about it yesterday. Like back in the day, Modern Warfare 2, you would have some levels, or you'd have some matches where like there was like 3 really good people and 3 really shitty people, but like there was always kind of a mixture in matches.
Right.
So you could always kind of do well-ish.
Not here, man. I get into some lobby. I'm in like the top 5% of players, and I get into some lobbies that are like, it is like Optic versus FaZe at like MLG Anaheim.
What the fuck? It's not fun, man.
Dude, it is not fun at all.
I talked about it a little bit yesterday, but I was essentially like, I don't have the time to be like, I don't have the time or desire to spend that amount of time in a game to get that good. I'm sure I could if that's all I did.
Super annoying because Call of Duty's always been kind of a chill game for me.
Yeah.
I've always been, you know, like slightly above average, but
that's what I was saying is if you're
this one, if I play multiplayer, then like I literally have to like put a sweatband on and like
get some fucking G Fuel and some Gatorade.
Yeah, I plug my mic in. Like,
Holy
I will not
shit.
be drinking alcohol.
You can't. I was talking about it yesterday. Like, if you are slightly above average in old Call of Duty and even old Halo games, as long as you weren't playing like Arena or whatever, you could almost always have a good time. Like, you would be reasonably successful enough of the time.
You hop on Halo, you hop on like social playlists in Halo.
Yeah.
And like, you just like party up with some friends and frag some people out, but not in this game. It's nuts.
You'd have those one-off matches, especially in like Halo. Oh, hey, what's up, Coaster? In Halo, you would have those one-off matches where you'd get fucking dunked on by some dude like who just managed to, I don't know, he was just real good. But I would say my average experience with both like Halo and Call of Duty was always like above average, but I had a good time. I wasn't the best. I know that I'm not as good at first-person shooters as you are, but I still had a good time.
Like, I don't even feel like I'm good anymore because of this game.
That's surprising because you used to talk a lot of shit, but you also backed it up, so it's kind of like one of those things.
I would say at Modern Warfare, that was probably my second best Call of Duty. If I did like off the rip, I think that's probably my second best Call of Duty. But I don't know, because like Cold War, it says that I'm good, but I don't feel very good at it.
I've watched, it's the thing though, is I watch a lot of gameplay of these games, especially the ones I don't like, because I like to have valid reasons for not liking things that I don't play. And no matter who I watch,
just
they
complaining about
well, all the gameplay kind of looks the same. That's what was weird to me, is it all looks very similar. Like, so I follow a guy who follows me. I follow him back. Chrono's Best. He has been top 5 in Halo 5, or like top player in Halo 5 frequently. He plays Halo 5 SWAT like none other. He's an awesome dude. But his gameplay looks like my gameplay in Halo 5. The few times I've played it, and it's not because he's worse than me. He is top in the world. It's just the way that it works.
Matchmaking.
Yeah. Like,
so like Halo at least has like soft MMR. So if you go into if you go into like a social playlist, you'll get matched within like I think it's like 1,000 skill points or
Yeah.
like MMR of like someone around you, which I like because I don't want every game to just be like a domination.
No.
Like I want some like facet of a challenge.
Oh yeah.
Like in Halo, like 1,000 MMR is, I mean, it's quite a lot.
Yeah, I definitely derive pleasure from competition. I'm a relatively competitive person,
Yeah, you
but
are. I would say we both are.
I would agree. I don't derive pleasure from like stagnancy, which I feel is
Hence why
what
we
we
don't
don't.
play StarCraft anymore. We're both just too competitive.
That's not why I don't play StarCraft with you, dick.
It's because well, I mean, in all fairness,
How frequently were you Grandmaster in that game?
um,
If it's above 0, you've beat me. I've also played 4 matches. What did it take
well,
you?
you
A
did
minute
good.
45?
What's that?
The first time I played with you, how long did you let me live?
Well, I don't know, because our boy Finlay,
Okay.
he was
Okay.
real good at the game,
Yeah.
and I was just kind of coaching him a little bit.
Uh-huh. His APM was like 6 million, so explain that.
I guess that's a good point, but I've been playing that game like legit. I've been playing that game since I was like 4 or 5 years old.
It's impressive. I've watched, there's a few people that I've had the pleasure of watching that like have played that long, and they're fucking wow. Holy, I can't imagine being so good at that game. And it's not even like, I imagine that meta has shifted over the years, and they just still are on top of it.
It seems like every patch. I have not played in several seasons competitively, just because I don't know. I've lost interest a little bit.
So I'm on. I use cheapdigitaldownloads.com. I'm picking up a copy of Cold War.
Okay.
But so the cheapest one's from BattleNet for $40, but the Critic AKS score is 5.3.
Yeah, I mean it's not a good game, but
Holy
I will admit
shit.
Zombies is quite a bit of fun.
I believe it. I'm willing to pay $40 for Zombies, I guess.
So like there's a boss that you get to beat, and that's actually quite challenging and quite a bit of fun, and definitely has a lot of replayability.
Okay.
And then like there's long-term strategy too. Like if you want to go for super high rounds, you can also like do that, which I tend to shift more towards these days because I've beaten the boss quite a few times.
I'm down with it. I can't. I'm buying it on the website right now because I have my VPN up, and
right, yeah, it won't let you get purchases passed.
it won't even let me open the fucking client, the BattleNet client, if I have my VPN up.
Yeah, mine does the same thing. I have to turn. What VPN do you run? You use Brave, don't you?
No, Brave's the browser. The VPN I use is ExpressVPN.
Oh, okay. I thought for some reason I thought it was the Brave was like a two-in-one, like secure browser and VPN.
I don't think so. I know I used to use something different, and then so I usually when I have a VPN, I usually follow like that company, and they had someone hacked into their shit and discovered like a lot of data that they said they didn't keep, and I was like, well, that's not happening anymore. I'm gonna fuck off of that.
Yeah.
But so you said you were day trading crypto. How's that going for you?
It went good early into last week.
I woke up this morning, was at like 30 to 50% between the coins that I had, and I just dumped them all.
That's essentially what I did.
Okay. I'm looking at it right now. Like, I think I dumped it exactly the last possible moment, because what it looks like is probably going to happen is these are going to stabilize for a second, and then I expect a heavy correction out of Bitcoin.
Oh, Bitcoin should go up at the beginning of the year, correct?
Uh,
It should go up a considerable amount at the beginning of the year, I believe.
I mean, in December and January last year, it was like all-time lows for the year. And because that directly...
I was reading somewhere that it's projected to go up because of scarcity.
It's not.
I'm trying to find the article right now so I can link it to you.
I was gonna say, like, I've been doing a lot of reading on this stuff, and it's not scarce. We're not anywhere near the end of that blockchain as far as I have read.
Well, I mean, there's still confirmed like millions of code to be found.
Yeah.
Like there's millions
No, of course. And that's why I'm saying, like,
that have not been
eventually,
found.
a friend asked me yesterday, he's like, what happens when it's all mined? I'm like, well, you got to think of it kind of like gold. Like, if you have all of the gold in the ground, then the only person who can, if you want gold, you have to get it.
You control the price.
Yeah, you have to get it from someone else. But so we're seeing exactly what we saw in December of 2017, where in December of 2017, it was like $17,000. And then by February and January, it was down to 3,500.
Yeah, right.
So that's my prediction.
Did you see a Bitcoin's market dominance by any chance?
Over the coins?
Yeah.
I haven't seen actual numbers for it.
72.28%.
Checks. Well, so if you want to look at it, the thing that I did, what I'm basing my predictions off of, are the Google Analytics for how frequently it's being searched. And
yeah, I just did that.
So look at all the normie, and those are delayed by like 2 weeks as far as I've heard. So you find all these normies that are getting into it, and they're pumping it. It's just a classic pump and dump. We're just higher than we've ever been.
Yeah, Ethereum's on the rise too. I didn't think that one would ever take off.
So Ethereum and Litecoin are what I actually had. I didn't have any Bitcoin.
I also did the Litecoin. I hopped on the Litecoin bandwagon.
I didn't want to, but I had in my portfolio, I had spare money from some other smarter choices that I'd made. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. And then they just shot up. Like, I woke up this morning, looked at it, and was like, oh, yep, that's time to sell. And
you're right about Bitcoin though. It's gonna trend down. It looks like.
That's what I would anticipate.
It's gonna get. Here's the reason that I'm seeing, and it's a casino thing. Yeah, people have spent their money at the casinos during the holidays, and casinos are currently the -- use besides the Bitcoin exchange.
Right.
Casinos are the #1 use. For Bitcoin, because they're turning it into tokens.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean it's all made up, but
no, well, but that's the thing is it's not really. I mean,
it has value.
Bitcoin. The problem with Bitcoin is it's just like electronic gold. Like you can't replicate it. There's a finite quantity of it. It's not traceable. The problem with it though is the only way to really use it is to convert it into fiat currency.
Yeah, that's a problem too. I think that'll become a long-term problem.
I think what will realistically happen. So there are about 8,000 different quote-unquote coins right now, which is a fucking insane amount. I think a few of them will kind of rise. The cream, the cream of the crop rises to the top, and then like I don't know, it'll start to become one of those like online retailers will start coming up with ways to accept them, and that's when it's really going to start popping off, when you can use it to buy goods and services outside of like bad LSD. That's when it's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, it started off as you could use Bitcoin on Steam back in the day.
I remember, I vaguely remember that. I
had one Bitcoin in my Steam wallet, and I was able to, when they said Steam sent out an email. This was a long time ago, and I was not very conscious of the
ramifications,
like the decision I made here.
Yeah,
it worked out. So what they did was they put it back into my Bitcoin wallet, which became the hub for the Bit exchange. Like Bitcoin ended up just making your Bitcoin wallet into the Bitcoin exchange.
Right.
Which is what we have nowadays. This is bitcoin.com.
Yeah.
And I when that whole thing happened, I was just like curious if it was still there, and I like struggled for days trying to log into that account. Because it was some like made up elementary school email.
Of course.
And I didn't know the password, and I didn't know the email. I thought it was unrecoverable, and then I like stumbled upon it. And I sold my Bitcoin for like, I want to say it was like towards the top, like 16.
Oh, back in 2017?
Yeah.
Oh shit, nice.
Yeah, I sold it for like 16. Like it was pretty high up there when that whole Bitcoin farming thing happened.
Right. When 1080 Ti's were the fucking
price. Yeah, you couldn't get them.
Yeah.
I didn't even have a 1080 Ti at the time. I had like a 940.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It's I don't know, and it's funny too because like that 16,000 was very damn near the top, and now we're trading at 30. Well, we were trading at 34 yesterday, but we're down from that. So
It's like 32 today.
what I
Or no,
expect.
it's like 29 today.
The reason I like Bitcoin, I hate Bitcoin, I hate cryptocurrency, but one of the things I do like about it is it's way easier to predict than a company, in my opinion, because it is entirely based off the whims of people. And I find that people are more predictable than corporations. Like I know that this price has hit a fucking high, all-time high, and as it starts to go down, more and more people are going to sell, but because it's not based on anything else, it's going to just keep going down as it's sold. I'm anticipating a 30 to 40% correction. I don't think the zero is the bottom. I don't think that's a thing. I think it's probably like a 20 or 30K bottom.
Yeah, I would say that's probably accurate.
And then you fucking buy a bunch of it. The only reason I actually originally bought Ethereum and Litecoin was the notion of like, well, you know what? Maybe having cryptocurrency isn't a bad thing. And the more I read into it, the more I was like, yeah, okay, having cryptocurrency isn't a good thing either. Like,
Yeah, I invested in Ethereum back when it was starting to become talked about a little bit.
yeah.
It was, I mean, it was off the coattail of the whole Bitcoin thing.
Right, of
And
course.
I had this like lieutenant on my boat, and he was super into day trading and stuff like that, more than I was.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "Hey, dude, you gotta hop on this Litecoin thing. And this like Ethereum, it's gonna be the next big deal." And I was like, you're."
That's one of those things where, like, so Clark Quentin, he was asking me yesterday all kinds of questions, and he was like, he asked me the question. He's like, well, how do you know if a company is or a coin is going to go up or down? And I was like,
Insider trading.
right. I told him outside of insider trading, realistically, nobody truly knows. You just have to do enough research to be relatively certain. But I did tell him something that Kevin O'Leary said recently that I thought was really prophetic. There's nothing wrong with day trading, but day trading is not investing. Day trading is gambling.
Yeah, day trading absolutely is gambling. Because like, I think you saw it back when your portfolio was still pretty small.
Yeah.
But you invested something on like a Wednesday, and you sold it on Friday at a gain.
Yeah.
You made money. You made money, and then you woke up Monday and checked the open, and it was higher than it closed, and it kept going up, but you were hesitant to rebuy in
Oh, yeah.
because you were like, "Oh, it's got to crash. It's got to crash."
I mean, there's a case like that. I used to own about 100 shares of Neo back when it was like $2 a share.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it's, I mean, like,
Yeah,
I
that's tough.
definitely, if I sat there and thought about all the money that I didn't make, not that I lost, but that I didn't make, I would make myself sick. I will say right now that I am up about 50% this year, and not a single one of my current positions is in the green. But
Yeah, 100%.
that's just, I mean, I was surprised. There's a couple of them, a couple Chinese-based companies that I have been sitting here like, why are you down 13% when I wake up in the morning? Why is that what you're fucking doing today? But
Yeah, I am in the majority of my portfolio right now is into Johnson and Johnson subsidiaries
mm-hmm.
who are actually they're trending right now. They're up.
Yeah.
But I'm in like Neutrogena and Synthes
Oh,
and
okay.
Aveeno because those products, like a lot of the consumables, they stay pretty stagnant. It's almost like investing in a bond
Yeah. That's
where there's like a very small amount of interest.
kind of why I've kept my fund rise, because it's not, I don't see the gains.
Fundraise is awesome.
It is.
It's been my biggest moneymaker since I lost all that money.
Really? So Fundrise for me doesn't make me nearly as much money as like my Robinhood does.
Oh, when I say it makes me money, it's keeping my money the most safe.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with that. Like,
it is like 100% not lost me money necessarily. Like I've been very happy with the outcome of that.
yeah, I'm not making like hand over fist, but 5 to 7% of safe returns.
I'm not getting rich off of it, but
I'm not getting poor.
First off, it's property. So
Yeah.
There's really no downside to that.
Right.
Like I think the worst thing that happens from Fundrise is they end up selling the property at a loss, but they take the hit.
Fact.
And you get back your original
When I have
At least, I think it's maybe like a 10% drop of your original investment. I'd have to read what their deal is again, but
so I have mine structured for dividends, not for valuation. So
I have mine for valuation.
the only time I've lost anything on there was it was like a $12.2 million thing going on in Colorado, and they defaulted on the fucking loan that we gave them. And we are still like in court trying to get that money back. And those are dividends that I'm not going to see. But so far, I get dividends, and then the dividends are automatically reinvested. And that has been, I would say, about 6 to 7% at this time. As projects mature and as we actually start getting paid back, I think that'll improve.
Right.
But I will say I do have a few. So I did go with Robinhood Gold. I have a few dividend stocks that are literally just there to pay for that. But I do wish that like Robinhood had a crypto wallet, because buying
that would be nice. Yeah.
Like I know so I got their beginning of the year letter. They said they intend to do it, but as it stands right now, any cryptocurrency that you purchase from Robinhood, it's not. You own a portion of it, but you can't use it.
Right.
Just strange. You said, oh, I'm so sorry. You said that you were going to tell me something wild you decided to do.
Okay, you're going to be uncomfortable with it.
Okay.
And I'm just preparing for like how I need to say this.
You know me well enough that what you're saying actually scares me. Normally when people are like, oh, you might not like this, I'm like, all right, pussy.
This is a horrifying notion that I have.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Mustangs are expensive. We all know that.
Oh my God.
What do you think I'm about?
I think you're about to start talking along the lines of a car dealership.
What do you mean by that? Can you elaborate?
You didn't shut me down immediately, which scares me even more.
I'm a little confused on what you mean by that. Car dealership.
I'm gonna let you continue.
All right, so check it out.
Sorry to interrupt.
There's more than just Mustangs in life. All right.
Okay.
There's more than just Mustangs in life, and I've recently become rather fond of this thing called turbo.
Okay.
And you can put it on a lot of different vehicles.
Yeah, that's true.
Some of which are nearly half the price of a Mustang.
Okay. Like Civics.
Not okay, yeah. Sure. Not really where I was going with that.
Okay.
But, yeah, for instance, a Civic. You can put a turbo on a Civic. How much does a Civic cost? Like 10 grand.
Yeah, like a 5 or 6 year old one, probably 10 to 12 grand, depending on what's done to it.
We got a turbo car. So, okay.
You put a turbo on it, it costs you $3,000 and, whatever labor.
So, like twin Hellion turbos.
Okay.
Like 300 horsepower. But you gotta like make the motor prepared for that.
You also gotta prepare like the back end for that.
I'm not worried about that. If I break the back end, we'll just get another one.
Oh, okay. Is that what we'll do?
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, all right, okay.
Okay, there's a car, and I see this is the part I'm a little sketched out on. Telling you about because I just don't know how you're gonna react.
Okay.
There's 3 different variants: the BRZ, the FRS, and the Toyota 86.
Oh my God.
What's your opinion on that car?
I'm listening.
What do you think? I'm leaning towards the BRZ because it's a Subaru.
And the WRX is not in that running.
It's $40,000.
Well, we're talking 20. Are we talking 2020?
No, we're not talking 2020.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking like 2014 used, 100,000 miles.
You can get a WRX for not that much.
I'm gonna look it up in my area. WRX.
They're expensive as fuck out in my area because the scene is so big.
And they make like 310 horsepower stock.
Yeah, there is a reason that they're good. And I mean, I honestly, WRX is like, if you have a souped up WRX, you got a pretty fucking fast car. The only problem is if you try and do it out where I live, it's going to run you more than it will for a 5.0. If you do it anywhere else in the country, it's not nearly as bad.
Yeah, they're 40,000 in my area.
Really?
Yeah, for the manual STI,
Okay.
it's like 3724 for the 37,000 for the base model STI in manual, and then like with if you want anything above base, it's like 41.
STI is not a base model, friendo. WRX is just a WRX. WRX STI is like their upper trim, isn't it?
Well, the STI doesn't have like if you get from what I'm looking at my local Subaru dealership
Ah,
is the S. So if you get they have a used one here for instance,
yeah.
and it says base model, so you don't get like power windows.
So, okay, in my area, there is a 2014 Subaru Impreza WRX.
So that's like not the hatch,
No, it's not. Well, no,
right? That's like
this is a hatchback. It's a 4-wheel drive,
I think that's
2.5
is
liter
that not
4-cylinder
different?
turbo.
What's the one that Jake has? That
This one
he
makes
has like
this is
he has like the
23K. It makes 265.
used Subaru WRX. Let's see.
Yeah, like
Oh,
the WRX
West
base.
Houston Subaru has some.
Oh,
It's like, oh, these are not WRXs. What, this is an Outback. I don't care about that. Show
yeah.
me WRX.
Subaru, the way that Subaru does their like trim like letters is fucking weird.
So this one is like 23,000, but it's a. This is not an STI.
Okay, so there's an STI out here with 72,000 on it for 26K. These are all from dealerships.
Yeah, I'm looking at dealer. It's like cloth interior. It is a 6-speed, but it's
Yeah.
like not. It's not a. It's not the STI.
So, okay, what's your plan with this? Because I do, by the way, I do really like the BRZs.
It's nice, right?
I they're not the most powerful. I mean,
I like the Toyota 86 more.
let me look at that. I'm not as familiar with that at all. Oh, those are nice.
It's the exact same car.
I was gonna say they look almost identical.
They're all made in the exact same factory. Like there's no difference.
Yeah, they're a little weak on the
205 horsepower, but I watched a YouTube video about this guy, and he's a professional BRZ Toyota 86 FRS racer. Like
Yeah.
he's built like several hundred of them,
Okay.
and he was saying like on a stock motor you can hit like 600 horsepower.
Oh, it's kind of like how the Supras are. Like,
Yeah, like on a stock motor you can hit like well over 1,000.
yeah, you just gotta do what you gotta do to it. So I mean, okay.
Right.
So what's your plan here? You're gonna buy up these, tune them, turbo them out, and then resell them.
No, I just want one for myself.
Oh, I thought, okay, when you were like, this is like some wild shit, I was like, oh, you're gonna, buy
It's more
up.
hinging on the fact that I'm not gonna get another Mustang.
That is wild to me, but not really that much because of
At
the.
least not. I won't get another Mustang until I can like in cash pay for a GT 500.
Which is understandable because I mean that's
Like that's the
yeah.
really the only Mustang I really want is the GT 500. Like I've had like every other one.
So okay, that makes more sense. Truthfully, in the time that I knew you, from when I first met you, you kind of shit on WRXs.
It did because they're slow.
And then when you were leaving, you were like, you said to my face in your 5.0, you're like, I don't know, like a souped up STI could probably beat me.
I mean, like Jake has like a fair amount done to his, and it was not even close. So I don't know. I never ran into a WRX that beat me, but I have seen like firsthand WRXs that absolutely would have beat that car.
Yeah. I'm just saying I'm not surprised that this is I feel like this is a natural progression, especially for a like value, like horsepower per dollar sort of thing.
I mean, the Mustang is so. Here's the problem I was running into with the Mustang,
Okay.
and I think we talked about this extensively once or twice. But it takes so much additional money to make that car like super special.
Oh yeah.
So like these cars, they make like a wide variety of body kits. Like you can put a wide body on it and make it look like real aggressive. There's like fender kits and like side skirt kits.
There's
And
a
like they're pretty much like universally turbo acceptable.
yeah.
Well, you can just like get like an eBay turbo. I'm not gonna do that. But, like you could
$86
like,
turbo later.
yeah. Like slap her on there. I mean, you gotta like tap the block and stuff, which I would get done professionally
Yeah.
because I don't have the tools to do that.
Well, there is a
Like,
reason that, like, even personally, I compare Glocks to Hondas and Toyotas. The aftermarket accessibility on those vehicles and Subarus as well is just, it is insane, especially for the price now. Admittedly, that kind of, you can, if you're dumb, which you're not, you can fall into that trap of $86 turbos and $200 body kits.
yeah, 100%.
But
Like, I just remember like talking to Veers specifically. Like, I remember how much money he spent on the blue Mustang.
mm,
Like, I think he paid like in the realm of like 25,000 for the car itself,
okay.
and he paid like another 1,000 for the tune, and then like another 300 for the manifold, and then like another 200 for the intake, and then what, like 1,000 for the exhaust. And I bought my Mustang for like 20,000 ish,
Mm-hmm.
and I I did the tune, and that was like all I did to it.
Yeah.
And I was not being beat by him.
I think you would look real good. Truthfully, okay, and this is I don't say this to offend you. With the way that you look as a human being, like your build, your continence, the way that you act, I think you would look good in a BRZ. Not that a Mustang doesn't suit you, but I think something like an 86 or BRZ, it just, the way that it's built. Admittedly, I'm looking at the 22 BRZ right now, and they look a lot like the 370s, or the really more like the
Yeah,
350s.
yeah, they
But
do.
I mean, it's 228 horse and 184 foot-pounds of torque out of a 2.4 liter engine. That's pre anything.
Yeah, you
Like,
haven't done any. Like a tune would take you over the 300 hump.
fact. And you're
And
also, this is a fucking 2,700 pound vehicle.
and they rev to like 8,000
Oh,
or something.
Jesus.
Yeah,
I,
they rev like super
I
high
would
because
be,
they're that four cylinder.
I'd be more worried about my clutch than I am about my fucking engine or my transmission then. Jesus. Like, I don't know, man. I think I can really see you, especially in, like, truthfully, and I know this might even sound weird, I could see you in a blue one. I know
Yeah,
you like your reds, but I could definitely see you in a blue or a green one.
I have kind of a bad rap with red cars.
Do you? I know what happened to the
Yeah,
last one.
the first one got stolen. I wrecked the second one.
Oh, well, maybe it's time for, this is a full change. You're at that quarter life crisis, buddy.
Yeah, this is Half-Life right here. This is
Oh shit. This is a full about face. Half-Life done.
yeah, midlife crisis
Jesus
over here.
Christ. No, I could
Like,
see you in it.
I think I just want to like be able to like not break the bank.
Still have a good, like, fast car.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that was the problem with the Mustang. Like, if you want a supercharger, they're like 6 grand,
Yeah.
and there's like no way you can do that yourself.
No, no.
Like in the parking lot of your apartment complex. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way.
And I'm learning that, like, this truck, I've really enjoyed this truck, and I gotta tell you, man, you, as usual, were right. Most of what I've learned about vehicles this year has been from getting in the guts of my fucking truck, being mad that it's not running, and just fucking figuring it out. But I'm also starting to realize, like, the actual work that's entailed. Like, oh, hey, I want to put a turbo on a vehicle that is not designed in any way for a turbo. Now I kind of see, like, even right now, the only issue that's left with my truck is the lifters are a little bit loose, and I could stand to.
That's not a big deal.
No, it's not. I could stand to tighten them, but the reason I haven't is because the sheer amount of work that it's going to take to get to my valve covers to get the valve covers off.
Yeah,
It's like
annoying.
4 fucking bolts on my valve covers, maybe a little more. I haven't looked at it in a while.
Oh,
But
dude, they make a wide berth of superchargers for this car too.
really.
I didn't even realize. I'm sorry, continue. I cut you off.
Oh, no, it's okay. It's okay. I was just saying that I've learned a lot about it, and it's making me appreciate some of those higher performance mods a lot more.
Oh yeah. I don't know. The only thing I ever did to the Mustang was swap out like the heavyweight oil for the lightweight oil because I was running it really tough.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, it's still synthetic, but I went with the lighter weight oil because I didn't want to. I didn't want to run in a situation where it like clumped and tossed a rod.
Yeah.
Like ended up getting water in there or something.
Well, I gotta tell
And
you.
then I replaced the intercooler on it that one time.
Oh,
because
yeah.
it was leaking, but that was like $45 fix.
I'll tell you, learning more about cars has been a double-edged sword because I am both like simultaneously more worried and less worried about my truck. Like when I
hear noises.
Yeah, I hear a noise and I'm super spooked because it's a noise I haven't heard before. So my mind goes to the only things that I do know that are bad. And the lifters, that was an issue with that was like, I was so scared I was going to throw a rod. And then it turns out it was like the lifters, and I looked at Jake's Subaru and was like, oh wait, his does the same thing. Oh, okay. Like, it's not a big deal as long as I keep oil on them. You know, if they fucking shatter and I send a lifter through my engine block, I'm going to have a bad day.
Yeah, that's definitely not a good time.
But that seems unlikely. I'm also selling this truck right now because, dude, I and admittedly love the truck. Didn't understand what daily driving a 7.5 would be.
It's annoying. I've never had a 7.5, but I've heard that like they just guzzle.
I spend $400 a month on gas. I'm gonna be open kimono with you on that. I spend a car payment's worth of money on gas a month.
Yeah.
Like, and so I also only have 3 gears in that. So every time, like, oh, I want to go visit the Kendricks or I want to go visit Yolanda, if I'm on the highway, the max efficient range is like 45 to 55.
Oh my gosh.
So if I want to drive at 65, that's fine. But now I go from 6 to 4 miles a gallon. Like I drove, I sent you that picture of the little Christmas town out here, and I drove to the airport. That is it. And that was a full tank of gas. That was a 19-gallon tank of gas.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, my Ford Escape gets like 3,000 miles to the gallon or something.
I'm buying a Ford Focus for that reason.
Yeah, I straight up fill it up like once every other month, and she's good to go.
Yeah, I fill mine up.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure the gas gauge is lying to me too, because it says I'm on like E, and it just keeps going. I don't know. Like the light in the gas light like never turns on when it'll be like deep in the black.
Jesus.
Like, past E, and I won't even be worried.
Mine says it's at like a fifth of a tank, and I have to switch to the second one because if I start it again, I'll be empty.
Yeah. that 7.5 is a farm truck. It's meant to be used on like Saturdays when you gotta like tow a hay bale.
Well, and I've done some hauling with it. I've done some moving with it. Shit, I threw a fucking motorcycle in the back and couldn't even tell.
Yeah, I mean, you're never gonna have a problem with stuff like that in that beast.
I also
you pay the expense.
Yeah, and so I'm going to be able to get that truck for cheaper down in Texas. So I think that's what
they're everywhere down here.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do.
My next door neighbor's son is selling I don't know what it is. It's like a 70s truck.
Beautiful.
The thing it's mint.
Perfect. That's
like he restored the entire thing. He sold it for like $3,000, and he restored it for like 15,000.
Yeah, that checks. That's
solely based on the fact he doesn't want it anymore.
Yeah, dude, I'll trade him. I'm selling my truck for 3,000.
Yeah, that dude has like 17 vehicles, so.
Yeah, I will get a new one. I really do love the truck. I just don't like driving it in this area every day.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of how I felt about the Mustang, in all honesty. I love that car, but like driving manual on the hills.
Oh God, yeah, dude. I
mean, you experienced it multiple times.
Yeah, the vehicle in my life that I think I have appreciated the most was my Fusion.
That Fusion was the best car in the family by far.
That's all. Like, it was automatic, and as much as I love going through a slush box, like, it was everything I needed. It wasn't fast, but it was comfy, and it got me A to B, except for when the transmission ate itself, which was fun.
Every time I drove that, it felt like a cloud.
Mm-hmm.
Especially once you got the brake situation figured out.
Oh yeah.
That was a big difference driving it, because
Fact.
It didn't do like that shimmer when you tried to stop every time. Whereas my car would just eat you alive.
Your car required, like, it needed to be tamed like a wild horse, like a Mustang, if you will.
Who did I let Ramirez drive it once.
Yeah.
And he had the exact same car. And
oh yeah, he did.
It even frightened him a little bit.
Yours was aggressive. Like, I remember, so when I got my Courier, and I've been driving that for a few weeks, like, it literally made 75 horsepower, chat. I shit you not.
That thing ran. That thing ran.
You know, it's funny, when I sold it, literally the night before I sold it, the thermostat went out.
Oh, good.
So it started overheating, and that's why it was smoking horribly, is because there was coolant evaporating. So
sense.
those guys drive up from Oregon, and I have to, it overheats again, and now I know what's happening. So while it's fucking like hot as shit, I had to throw on these gloves. I pulled the little spigot where the thermostat was. I popped that motherfucker out, put it back on. Dude, it was that day was such a shit show because my truck, the other truck, also wasn't starting. So like I go to Amazon for a new thermostat and some coolant. Then I can't get back to them. They end up coming and getting me. I take an Uber after they buy the truck back to AutoZone to fix my fucking dude. It was that day was a nightmare.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun at all.
It was like 6 hours of me wanting to actually eat my own asshole.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun. I don't know what I would do in that. Like, my escape, the battery, it got cold enough down here that my battery died.
Where you're at now?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
what?
It got cold. It was like 20 something the other night.
That's colder than it's getting here. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it was. We had like a real strong, windy, cold front come through. And Annie was like, "Oh, what are you gonna do now? Your car's broken." I was like, "It's not broke.
It's not.
It's not broke."
I will tell you, you definitely taught me how to just kind of appreciate, like, your car's very rarely actually broken. It might be OOC
like,
for a minute.
To the point of where you can't fix it.
Yeah.
It's very, very rare that happens.
Now, do you want to fix it when it's fucking 30 degrees and raining outside and you've no cover? Maybe not necessarily. Is it fixable? Probably.
My worst fear, like waking up this morning, was like my starter had gone out, and then I was gonna have to replace a starter in her parking lot with her very limited toolkit.
Oh shit!
It's like a pink bag with like a screwdriver and like a 1/4 inch drive.
Oof. I'll tell you. So I added up the expenses over the last year. I spent $1,500 on tools, and I don't regret a fucking single one of them.
Oh no! Once you get that set built up, like, you're good to go.
Dude, I got my ratchet, like a proper Hong Kong no shitter ratchet set, and I mean I did get a drill. I learned my lesson with the impact driver, and then I got an angle grinder. Like, fuck else do I need?
Yeah. Yeah, you really can't go wrong with that setup right there.
Put it on or cut it off.
Yep. And you just need a welder of some sort.
Dude, you're telling me those are plans down the road for my heavy lift drone, though.
Yeah, you gotta just get like an arc welder.
I was just gonna get a basic stick welder. Like, I've been doing a lot of studying into how to stick weld, and I've kind of realized it's one of those things. Like, if I want to learn how to weld really well, I need to weld. And I need to weld poorly for a while.
That's one of the, like, you ever seen No Country for Old Men?
Fuck yeah, dude. Love that movie.
Like, the part where Llewellyn is in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, so I know you're a welder. And he was like, yep. So what kind of welding you do? He's like, oh, I did all welding. And he was like, arc, MIG, TIG, what was your flavor? And he's like, you heard me? I'm a welder. It's like, there's really like no in between there. Like, you either like weld or you don't weld.
That's God.
People
actual
who are like,
preaching.
oh yeah, I'm a MIG welder. It's like, oh, okay, so you're actually just like an advanced solderer. Like,
yeah.
You just know how to solder real well.
So one night when I was on watch, I was watching television as one does, and there was a Modern Marvels on welding, and I swear to God, it was the most incredible thing I'd ever seen. I learned so much shit in 45 minutes.
Oh yeah. Welding's it's one of those professions that'll get you into like a penthouse like real quick.
Yeah. Well, and I learned
they're very, very lucrative.
There's some crazy kinds of welding out there, like blast welding. Never heard of that shit before.
Oh yeah, that's dangerous.
Well, and so the way that they did it was like they just took two 5-ton pieces of metal, put them together, covered it with dynamite, put it on a truck, drove it 1/4 mile into a tunnel, blew it up, and it came out as like, one piece of metal. But they're like, yeah, they were talking about what the applications were, and I was trying to think, like, what the fuck would you need to do that for? And they're like, oh yeah, like nuclear exhaust fucking plumes. That's
yeah. I used to date this girl when I was in like high school, and her dad was an underwater pipe welder.
They did a bit on that too. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's a dangerous job.
Dude, so they talked a bit about like the amount of training and like work that they have to do dealing with like the bends and shit like that. Like before they even go weld, they spend like 2 weeks getting ready to go weld.
Yeah, he was talking about they had this like they called it the checklist, and like the checklist took like a solid 7 days of preparation.
I believe it.
And it was like the most tedious, like it made the Navy look soft.
Yeah.
Like work controls.
I think the craziest one was definitely the underwater dry welding.
Yeah, that's a trip.
That was like, it blew my mind. They're like, yeah, we just take this pipe down there and we pump out all the water and we stick a couple of dudes in there for like 2 weeks and they just figure it out.
Yeah, I don't know how I would do with that.
Like, even given our prior work experiences, I think that might be a struggle.
that may become uncomfortable rather quickly.
Yeah. But no, I want to use welding for, it's a personal use. It's not, I have no intent to distribute.
I like welding. Welding is a skill that I have found myself using in the most desperate of times.
I want to get better at it though. Like, I feel like it is one of those things, like I just need to run like 100,000 shitty fucking beads and then I start to run a couple of good ones and I'm like, oh wow.
I don't think you'll struggle that much with it.
I don't think so. I have a pretty steady hand with soldering.
It's not. I always say this, but it's really not that difficult.
You say that like an aggressive amount of times about everything.
But it's like nothing.
Nothing is that difficult. That's fair.
It's really like if you dedicate yourself to something, it's not that crazy.
Well, the guy who just came up and visited me, Mr. Runner, he's straight up autistic, and he is a welder. Like, that's his profession. And I asked him about it one time. He kind of said the same thing. He's like, I mean, you're gonna suck and you're gonna stick it a few times at first, but eventually you're gonna learn like, oh, I just need to keep my hand exactly this distance away, and I need to move at this speed, and then you just keep doing that.
I was always told never to learn on MIG because, or is it TIG? What's the one that feeds out automatically? Is that TIG?
So neither of them do. You can do all of them with a stick. It's just the MIG and TIG use different gases. Stick welding is the one that most commonly feeds out, apparently, because they'll put like just a spool of that stick, and it feeds out. But yeah, I heard the same thing.
Whatever the one with like the automatic feeding gun.
Yeah.
I heard you should not learn on that one because it's the easiest of all.
That's what I heard, because you don't have to change your distance of your hand.
You don't have to control your speed.
Yep.
Because like the wire will come out at the rate you need to go.
Yep. I was watching.
So you hold the trigger down and it welds.
The that Modern Marvels I was watching, that was the last part that they covered. They were like, this is where they did the whole this is where welding came from, and then this was the last part was like, this is the future of welding, and they were doing a high rise in Las Vegas, and that's what they were using, and they said they were using like enough wire to stretch across from like New York to Los Angeles, a ridiculous amount of times or whatever. Yeah. But they showed how that worked, and the guy explained it. He was like, oh yeah, I weld for a living, and with this I can do about 40 times as much work as I could do if I had to keep swapping sticks. I'm like, damn, that's really fucking cool.
That does make sense. I mean, if you're super experienced, it's probably the tool for you, but like to learn on, I would feel like probably not.
Oh no, I'm a big proponent, and I think you are as well, of like, learn how to do it the hard way first, not only so that you can appreciate the easy way, but so that you have the technique to make the easy way work for you.
Oh, I'm totally cool at learning the easy way if it's also the most efficient way.
Okay.
Like, if I'm never going to need the hard way, if I'm never going to have an application for doing something the hard way, then I'll never do it.
I can respect that. In the case of welding, I think you're much less likely to have the money for like an auto feeding spool. You're probably going to stick weld at home.
You're going to lean to stick welding.
Yeah.
Because it's much cheaper.
No, I agree with you. Like, if this is, I don't write with a feather quill and an inkwell. That's not a thing I do. It is harder. Right. I'm not doing it. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
I also really don't, and you might not like me for saying this, but I don't care for muzzle loaders at all, and I don't give a shit.
I only have experience with one, and it was cool.
I've shot like 1840s, 1830s Kentucky long rifles. I've shot like real versions of those.
I mean, my dad has a trapdoor, which was it started life as a muzzleloader, but now it's a cartridge-fed trapdoor, and I think that's the most fun that I would get out of like an old gun like that.
Like if I could get a Martini Henry and also afford ammunition for it, yeah, I'd be down with it.
Oh yeah, of course.
But like
Martini Henrys are nice.
People who hunt with muzzleloaders, I don't understand it at all.
They're
like
just trying to like cheat everyone else out of like the biggest buck that season.
I guess because the season's different. Yeah.
Like the season starts for like bow and muzzleloader like far before it does for rifle.
Right, but if you hunt like a big buck with a bow, I'm like, all right, yeah, go king. Like that's some fucking.
But if you have a 50 cal ball,
right,
like that's a bit.
And you can argue like, oh, it takes me a minute and a half to reload, but why do you need to reload?
That's
Fuck
why
off.
I bring a 60-round drum on my AR-15 when I go deer hunting.
Exactly. It's my right as a record.
Yeah, make sure they're dead.
Yeah, 100%. Also, you want to make sure and use 223 so that you just completely fuck it up. If it hits a bone or something, you basically have turned that little round into a shotgun on the other side. And make sure to do that.
You want as big of an exit wound as you can possibly get.
You don't want to have to worry about making meatloaf by the time you get home.
I don't actually butcher my deer.
No need.
They're just already. I mean, with the 50 BMG, you really get the benefit of.
If my kids aren't used to spitting out bone by the time they're 10, then they're not my kids.
Exactly.
What a bunch of.
Found a piece of bullet, found a piece of bone.
What a bunch of fucking peasants. Yeah, if you hunt with muzzleloaders, I think it's really silly. Like, either hunt with a bow or wait for the rest of the season like normal people. If you hunt with a fully automatic weapon, I don't like your methods, but I do want to meet you.
We had that conversation the other day about AR-15s versus, I guess, the AR platform.
Yeah.
Versus the AK platform.
Oh yeah.
And I think I'm really swaying towards the AK side.
Me too. Now that I have both. So, and I will tell you, RPK, not necessarily. I would recommend the AK-47, and the only difference is really the barrel.
Yeah, the barrel's a lot longer on the RPK.
And a lot thicker. It's designed, so of course you can't, they're trunnioned in, you can't swap them. It's designed to spit out like 1,000 rounds.
A minute, yeah.
No, like 1,000 rounds without like any cooldown and not overheat. If you watch the Kalashnikov group, would highly recommend them to you. But they do the torture testing, right? RPK barrels, like even mine, when I dumped probably 250 rounds down it without stopping. And it was smoking, but it was fine.
Well, that's probably just because of ambient temperature, though. Like, it was probably just smoking because there's a lot of humidity and stuff.
Humidity in the air. So the reason I recommend the 47 over it is a fucking, with a even a single 30-round magazine in it, it is so fucking heavy. Yeah, it's great. So I have a bipod on mine, and it has no recoil whatsoever. But if you need to move,
7.62 by 39, right?
Yeah, same as the 47. Same receiver, same upper, same lower. Like even though
just the barrel and
the bipod.
The barrel and the bipod. It has a different stock than the AK, doesn't it?
So you can put a different. Mine has that. I think they call it like a lamb foot stock or something. Right. And I have that one, but you can put anything you want on it. The only reason
I've seen videos of people like converting AK-47s into RPKs, and it's not that big of a difference.
No, it's just that barrel is way better at heat and way better at mitigating recoil. And I'll tell you, like 7.62 by 39 is a pretty punchy round. I've shot it out of AK-74s, or excuse me, AK-47s, and RPK manages that recoil. Like I could probably, if I were prone on the bipod, dude, my MOA would be like fucking 0.25. It's disgusting.
Yeah, you're also like bringing up the conversation of AR versus AK. You're also comparing the difference between like a 22 and like essentially what is the contrast?
300
there?
blackout.
Yeah, it's like a 300 blackout.
It's almost identical.
Like in terms of American.
Mm-hmm.
then
It's like almost a
yeah,
50% more like in diameter.
yeah, like, it's a big round comparatively speaking to a 22.
It's
I think
huge.
the AR-15 is so effective because there's a lot of bullets in a magazine. There's a lot of rounds, and then it's very fast.
The velocity is the big thing, and that's why I don't understand people who think that they are gonna take a 223 out of a 16-inch barrel and put a suppressor on it. They're fucking insane. Like,
Yeah, that's
it's
I don't know.
supersonic.
I know plenty of people who have done that.
It literally, that suppressor is gonna do fucking nothing, but maybe make you as the person, your shooting experience slightly more enjoyable. But to the same end, I would recommend just get a good fucking muzzle brake.
Yeah, I mean, like when I had that AR for a little bit, that muzzle brake was, I would say, on the overly aggressive side.
Oh, dude, you've seen mine. I stood beside mine the last time I went shooting and realized that it looks ridiculous, but it is extremely effective
Yeah, like,
as
that
long
muzzle
as you're
brake
the one
was
shooting.
awesome.
If
Yeah,
you
that
stand,
muzzle brake was awesome because it was mitigated any recoil.
oh yeah, if you stand beside it, like for range day, everyone else has a bad
Yeah,
time.
you're gonna be dead.
Hey, give me just a second. I'm about to piss myself. I will BRB.
All right.
All right, I'm back.
Hey.
So, okay, and I would suggest to you that the old FUD lore of like 223 is designed to wound, I think that is still fucking ridiculous. I don't agree with that at all.
Right.
The whole like, oh yeah, it was a round built to wound human beings. I'm like, okay, yeah, but the wounds are generally fatal.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they're maiming wounds.
Like looking, and I did do some research. I can kind of see some validity to like the theory that those wounds are really, really fucking bad. So when someone else comes to try and take care of them, you can peg him too.
Right.
But like I was reading a report from, he was an Australian medic, like operator type medic, and he was posting pictures of his buddy who got shot, and he had two 7.62 by 3.9 rounds put through his fucking his glute, and they passed through his quad and left his body. Didn't hit his femur. And he showed pictures. He was like, yeah, he was at formation like literally the next day. Because they fucked him up. I mean, he got shot twice, but they just went through him.
Right.
I don't know. I think 7.62 by 3.9 is if you want to shoot through armor or like walls.
Right. Yeah.
Great.
Exactly.
Soft targets, 223.
Real good time.
I mean, you can shoot through walls with 223 too, I guess.
Are you downloading Call of Duty?
No. I was actually gonna do it after I stream. I was actually gonna ask you like, hey, we can hang up for a little bit. I'm gonna finish this last level of Painkiller, and then shut everything down, VPN and everything, to download it, and then I'll come back up when it's done.
Oh, and we can play it. Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
That works for you.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll keep watching the stream, and I guess I'll just play some Miles Morales.
Oh fuck yeah! All right, well I will talk to you in a little bit, and I will finish
Yes, sir.
on the last level of this mission of Painkiller.
Yeah, I'll still be on the stream, so
All right, buddy.
feel
See you
free
in
to
a bit.
interact.
Hell yeah!
Bye.
All right, bye. I got pictures of weird ass BRZs on my fucking computer now. The fuck? All right, let's finish up this last level. The swamp donkey. Hey donkey, get out of the swamp. Maybe that's what we should do one of these days. I knew it was gonna be a boss level. I'm not looking forward to this at all, because the bosses in this game have been, though I guess the one boss that I fought was really fucking annoying. Our ammo availability is fucking great though. I'll take that. What are you doing, cunt? Yeah, I assumed that being in the water would not. Okay, so we have a small playfield. The rest of the playfield is damaging. What do I do to hurt you necessarily? Oh, roger that. I gotta hit his little fucking doohickeys. Got it. It's just swamp gas. Okay, yeah, that did some damage. Oh, that also, okay, I can take exactly two of those. Oh man, I don't know if I'm gonna beat this today. Because I really want to go play Cold War Zombies with Flash. They explode as he walks near them too. What the fuck? I don't have the range on this. Oh, goodness gracious. All right. We're gonna figure this out. There's no worries, Joseph. Okay. What is the means of this? I assume that fucking thing I can shoot as he gives me that sauce. Do I just have to wait for him to stop? It doesn't seem very practical. Oh, hey. Hey, bud. It doesn't seem super practical for me to, like, try and shoot these while he's attacking me. His little vagina balls. Yeah. Hopefully it comes to a point where I can just shoot him actual. Oh, hey, that did it. Okay. It's hard, but doable. Okay, what is that? What is that? Get the fuck out of here. They're just so fucking barely out of range. Gosh, that's annoying. We don't have extra ammo for this weapon. Stellar. Okay. Okay. We got him down about 33%. Not bad. Okay. Alright. Alright. Yeah, alright. Son of a bitch. It took us a fair amount of the last time to figure out that shooting the swamp gas was the goal here. So, you know, hopefully it'll be a little bit better this time. Yeah, alright. I don't know what the damage range on these are. There's like no clear indication like, oh, this is how far it needs to be from him or how close it needs to be to damage him. Okay. Oh boy. Oh brother. The shuriken gun did not fucking do it. That is 75% of our health in one hit. No fucking. They disappear before the projectile can like get there. Oh, and I'm out of ammo. Perfect. Okay. I guess we'll... God damn it. This is not ideal at all. This thing is hard. Okay, no. Boy. This thing is hardcore. The shuriken gun is like not... It has an extremely limited range for some reason. Like the shurikens eventually just explode. I did not foresee this as going super swimmingly. Oh, he's starting off early with that. Okay. We're doing a little bit of an impromptu experiment to see how close he actually needs to be to this shit. Well, closer than that, that's for sure. Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. Well, okay. I can take exactly 2 hits from him, and now we know. Why did you give me such a limited quantity of these? Why did you give me all of these fucking things when I can't use them anyways? Am I just supposed to jump around in this fucking... Yeah, nope, that's not the answer. Oh boy. God, I wish I knew what the answer was. Okay. I mean, we hit him, so that's, you know, kudos to us, right? Maybe I'm failing to understand what the hitbox of that attack is. Alright. Oh! Wait, shotguns work on it. What the fuck? Okay. I know the shotgun has a fairly limited range, but it seems better than the fucking shuriken launcher, that's for sure. Also, I don't have to be nearly as accurate with it. Okay, I could probably be a little more accurate than that, but still. I kind of don't want to do this with 25 health. Dude, this fight is not nearly... Like, the last boss fight was not great. This is not fun at all. This is 0% fun. This is a game where I'm normally very, very mobile. And I have no mobility right now. I have a very little island to stand on. And this guy is mostly invulnerable. He's worse than Bullet Spongy. He's like Enviro Spongy. Oh boy. This is surprisingly different from the rest of the game, which has been extremely engaging. Okay, alright, well, something has changed here. He just got upset. Okay, fair enough. Oh, hey bud. What you doing? Okay, they spawned on the sides. Okay. It's so much harder to see them when they face that way. I think shotgun is the money here, though. I mean, shotgun's normally the money, but shotgun's definitely the money here. Let's see if we can not lose 75% of our health in, like, the very beginning of this game. Oh, shotgun's definitely the money here. NGLFAM. Yeah. I'm not saying I'm trying to be the next Catboy Cammy, but, you know, if the shoe fits. Okay, so that hit him. Alright. Okay, very well, very well. Shit, 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 shit. Fuck. Your weird invisible plants both vex and upset me immensely. Oh, now he's upset. Now we're all upset. We need to use yes and here. No. What is that? 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 Oh, isn't that neat? That's a neat ability. This has gotten significantly more annoying. Oh, I have to shoot it as it gets close to him. Okay, gotcha. Well, I'm gonna watch him and then just kind of twitch and shoot something that gets close to him. I think that's gonna be the real policy here. Unless that's what we... Are we done now? What happened? Okay, okay. Easy, 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 easy. That's a one-hit kill. What the fuck, dude? Oh, fuck, it's 3 o'clock. It's almost time for lunch. Yeah, fuck you, you weird dick. I'm really just parroting things that I heard a lot in high school. Where's the ass? Okay. 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 Oh man, shotgun makes this way fucking better. Shotgun's range is limited, sure, but yeah, it'll do her. Okay. Fuck. Oh, he's pissed now. Yeah, this boss fight kind of sucks, big donkey dick. Come on, bud. Oh, no, 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 no. Whoa, okay. 75% of my health is gone now. That's always fun. I would so gladly trade health for ammo right now. What the fuck am I even supposed to do with all this shit? Okay, so one of those worked. You can't make the things that damage a boss, you can't make those random in the fight, man. That's kind of fucked up, right? Am I wrong about this? What the hell? This is not a very dynamic fight. Actually, it's extremely fucking boring, man. Those guys are dicks. I don't know why, but it seems like he's not taking damage from these exploding bubbles anymore. Okay. Ah, perfect. I'm stuck on a rock. Okay. You know what? I can deal with this boss at a later date. I'm gonna download some Call of Duty Cold War for the first time. I'm gonna play me some zombies with the boy Flash, and in the meantime, I'm gonna grab some lunch. So, be right back. You stay tuned.